Good afternoon, intrepid viewers. We've got a bonus match for you this week between the Azalea Town Zed and the Weather Institute Politoeds. So I'm gonna give a ring-a-ding-ding to my co-commentator today. Let's get him in here.
What up?
Oh, hey. Welcome.
Hey.
You're live in 5.
Did everyone miss me?
Oh, I'm sure they did. You're beloved. all of our single fan love you.
I love them too.
Yeah. I love you, random citizen. Alright, so I let them know to send an invite whenever they are ready. So we do have the Great Wall versus the Great Storm, as he might say.
The Great Storm. To me, this is Rain versus Mega Venusaur.
Pretty much, yeah. Because Mega Venusaur stops the Rain team pretty well, especially since he got rid of a lot of his flying types. All he has left is Smogonbird.
Talon, Talonflame, which is checked really well by other members of Zesh's team.
Yeah,
so.
Talonflame, it once had much glory, but no longer. Did you get your invite to the match?
I just got it as you said.
All right, there we go. So there we go. We're ready to rumble.
I'm gonna throw GL boys in the chat.
Oh yeah, there you go. You gotta be
I'm gonna be a nice impartial ref.
There you go.
Not even a referee. Impartial.
Yeah, we are totally removed from all of this.
Okay, Zeshe leading off with the statement that all of his Pokemon are Specs Pokemon.
Venusaur better not.
But with leadoffs, we see no Talonflame on Dan's side at all.
Yep. So it looks like he's gonna go for the resisted ice, possibly. Maybe some flying out of Coco.
Neutral.
Yeah.
A Brave Bird Coco, but 90% sure Banded Coco still doesn't do over half.
Probably not. So yeah, we'll see. And it does lead Coco. So, well, if Coco is the answer, we might see a big move right here. But I don't think either of them are gonna plan for that to happen right now.
Yeah, I think Venusaur was a pretty decent lead for Zeshe just because he can get the Mega off immediately if he wants to.
Yeah.
And then have that imposing presence in the back that can always switch in. Heatran would have been a neat lead just to get some rocks.
Okay, the Celebi goes. Okay, so I either assumed it was going to be a U-turn or a Volt switch, and then Venusaur was going to switch because nobody wants to sit in on that one.
Just a hard switch. So we've got.
Okay. Teleports out. Brings in Heatran. So yeah, this makes sense. Unless it's even if it's got hidden power ground. Celebi isn't going to do too much to Heatran before Heatran just rips it up.
I think with Calm Mind in Park Ground does like a little under half, right? I know Zeshe has looked at Celebi because Celebi can set up in so many different ways.
Yes.
So
Nasty Plot, Calm Mind.
He's got something there. Swords Dance, I'm pretty sure it gets as well.
And it can BP all of that away.
Second Calm Mind.
Lava Plume, not doing much. So it does get the burn. So that is going to chip away, and he keeps Calm Minding. Ooh, a big Z move here. That does good damage. Celebi can synthesis, or recover.
Yeah.
Ooh, the roar. He's got the tech to stop the setup. So all of those turns wasted by Dan.
I mean, his turns wasted by Dan, but it's also Z move wasted by Zeshe. He did use a Z move before popping that roar. If I knew I had roar there, I probably would have roared first. But
Ziggy Stardust comes in. Venusaur does get Giga. Venusaur is gonna want to leave. Yes, I assume he. Yeah, this makes sense because Ice Table by Joey.
Yeah,
it can take pretty much everything. Z-Rock or Z Iron Tail, I think, are pretty much its only super effective options, but it is also sturdy.
Yeah.
So if you attack it, it just avalanches you and obliterates you.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Dan has to switch here. Because there's
who the Politoed made.
Yeah, Toad
really
is pretty much the only one.
Which is
But we do finally see the lug. We see Ice Table make its appearance finally.
Oh, he's going. Dan's going.
And he survives, but it's still sturdy.
Yeah.
This means Dan's achieving nothing except bringing Evelug down to 1 HP.
Right.
Because
I mean, bringing Azalea to 1 HP might just be what you have to do here. You
okay.
Gotta, yeah. I mean, if you've given up that much, I probably would have just hit it and broke.
Yeah.
You gave a
Power Punch does nothing.
No. And it's rocky.
Yeah. Yep. And now there's no rain, so he doesn't get those rain boosts. He's the Ice Table. That does nothing.
Bro.
And he just recovers it all off.
So
the table is disgusting. We love it. We love to see it. Oh, yeah.
Holy.
He can. Yeah, I was about to say he could get KO'd there, so he definitely wants to switch. But Porygon 2 eats these all day long.
Ooh, he forgot
Taunted.
the name.
Yes, he did forget to call it Peppermint Butler. But Pep Butt. But does get some nice damage off, and he probably goes for it again. Does he get a status?
His turns are going
no
by
status.
Very quickly. Okay, well, we're gonna see if we can do this again.
Heatran comes in, Calm Minds.
And he can just roar again.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just. Yeah, I was about to say. I think he just attacks. Oh no, he does roar. There you go.
I don't think he should. Yeah, he should just roar immediately.
Ice Table, yes, we know Ice Table eats everything from Swampert, and Swampert doesn't
He's just gonna recover here.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if Swampert attacks, he dies. If he doesn't, he's back in full health and has his Sturdy reactivated.
Yeah, I mean, Dan's at an impasse here. Dan might be facing another big.
Yeah, because
his whole team
is walled very hard. Well, especially huge special defense between Heatran and Porygon 2, and then huge physical defense with Ice Table. And unless he's got Whirlpool, there's only so much he can do in that situation right there. Goes for the Sludge Bomb. Does get the poison, so this limits if he is Swords Dance. But Psychic, that's good damage. He Leech Seeds.
That is good damage.
And then he just gets to leave for Heatran. I assume.
He does get to leave for Heatran. Absolutely does. He loses nothing doing that.
Yeah. Because Heatran's pretty much at full HP, so unless he predicts it and throws out an Earth Power, Heatran comes for free.
I think that might be Specs damage.
That does make sense, because it's non-stab, and it's doing 50%.
Unless it's a Fizz Def, so I'm not sure.
Pep Butt comes in, and he did go for the Earth Power, but does nothing to Pep Butt.
Not at all.
Freeze Dry still does nothing and recovers back to full HP. So the wall is standing extremely strong today.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of wall
Perish Song again, but I don't think he cares too much about Perish Song on him because Porygon's not staying in because he can easily switch.
He doesn't get Whirlpooled, yeah.
Yep. And gets a Para on there.
Jeez Louise. This week on Showdown has been.
I mean, Celebi's gonna set up again here. But it's the same thing. I think Dan's got a... I'm not sure what Dan's doing here.
Yeah.
And now he's got Stealth Rocks up, so now we can start chipping away at them. I don't think that kills Venusaur. Or Swampert when he switches in. Ooh, big burn.
We got some chip.
Big heal. Actually, not that big of a heal. The Psychic.
Nice Psychic.
I mean, Scald was doing about the same.
From that.
Scald was doing about the same.
Okay. And Flame Princess is probably going to come right back in here.
Yeah, unless Heatran comes in.
The easiest switch
he goes for a sub.
He's going to roar you, dude.
And the rain is gone, so he can just hit it.
You can bring this in and then
passing the sub to Zygarde.
He's just going to roar it.
And it does push it away. I don't know if Dan probably didn't know that Substitute does not block.
No, I think he knows.
Roar. And here we go.
He's got nothing.
Yeah, he's being walled by the wall, and it is the Great Wall for a reason.
I think Zacier
Latios finally brings
going to lead into Baton Pass at some point.
Ooh, you know what? He may just go for the cleanup here.
Yeah.
I don't think anything can stand up anymore to this. I think that's still in KO range. I think he can just click Psychic end game.
I think it's
because this is probably Choice Scarf.
Yeah.
Because it'll be faster than Swampert, as we know. Unless it's a Scarfed Coco, it'll be faster. No, he does switch. Okay. I think he goes for the safe play.
I think Celebi.
Celebi
won't go down without him.
Does get the burn, so some more chip.
He keeps getting these off.
Or not chip, but at least removes.
Keep this in mind for stats, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Celebi's gonna have a lot of
tank tits and nothing else. Okay.
This just isn't gonna work.
Is it passing to Coco?
Yeah.
Oh, Swampert does live, but he gets roared, which means Swampert is dead. Swampert is no longer can do anything. Zygarde is gonna throw down that. No, he goes for a D-Dance.
Yeah, I think Baton Pass has just been such a popular topic.
Core Enforcer.
Core Enforcer.
Does quite literally nothing. And down goes Ziggy Stardust.
It's a fun team, though. It's a fun team.
And we know Porygon takes these hits, so he's just going to do it again and pick up another kill. That's another KO for Peppermint Butler. Swampert dies, and now it's just...
Princess can just come in and clean this.
Yep. Except he can't roar it.
I mean, he can't. He can just kill it. Ooh.
He can't kill it. Unless he gets a crit. Ooh. So he has the burn to cancel the leftovers. But he's just going to... Oh, he goes for the Calm Mind. He is going to maybe die. Nope. He still lives. No. Now he can recover.
He can recover.
But really all that happens here is...
What does he have? He has Recover, Calm Mind, Baton...
Recover, Calm Mind, Baton Pass, and an attack. Oh, yeah, he has no attacking moves. So this is just stat padding at this point. This game is officially over. And yeah, now that Zache has realized this, he can bring in a physical attacker and just slam down these attacks. These avalanches,
in the chat, stat pad.
This is gonna end up being a big.
I don't know.
6-0.
This does over half. Yeah, it doesn't.
It does not.
Celebi's so.
Yeah, so
it's hard to break it.
Yeah, so this is literally just gonna be whenever Dan decides he's. Well, actually, when Dan runs out of recovers, that's when this match is gonna end.
Like you might have to make repercussions for this, like.
Yeah, this is. This is unforgivable.
Zache's gonna be giving Dan shit for this for a while, but I think that's exactly.
But he's gonna get a chance to voice his concerns in just a few minutes. But yeah, the wall did it this week, as we see. I'm gonna update these records because it's over at this point.
He's just gonna pee stall here.
He won't. Zache has quite literally an entire team.
No, he'll do it. Watch this. Big catches it. Good. He should have been doing that from the beginning to save HP. Right? It is what it is. If you wanted real stat padding.
Here we go. This battle is over, but as we saw, the wall did remain. It I
mean, hey, Baton Pass has 64 PP, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
this just came down to having the right build, so Porygon was able to eat every special attack and even physical attacks. Heatran was also able to eat special attacks. Ice Table was able to take every physical attack, and with the added Rocky Helmet.
What it came down to seemed to be Dan just trying to have more fun, and especially leaning on Baton Pass, knowing that Zache hates Baton Pass.
If we tracked HP in this one as well.
This is so
dumb. Goodness. Shadow Ball does not break sub. Does not break sub.
He's gonna PP stall him, man. He's gonna PP stall him. He's gonna do it.
Alright, I may stop tracking stats at around turn 50, just because anything after this is fairly pointless.
Yeah. He's just gonna hit Baton Pass.
Oh, here we go. Lady Rainicorn's gonna set up in his face as well.
Oh god.
Luckily, we do not count stat boosts for anything. Because otherwise, this would be...
No, they're about to go... Actually, why does Baton Pass have 64 PP?
This is just something. This is just something.
Kill.
This is what happens. This is how we are punished for our sins.
They're going for the record. They're gonna get longest battle, even though
this
the
is
battle
true.
was over 50 turns ago.
Yeah, it was quite But yeah, this one I think it was more so the wall than a poor prep on Dan's side. I think it was just the wall is substantial.
I mean, the wall is substantial, and I'm not saying that Dan prepped poorly, but you can tell Dan tried to have fun.
Yeah, he tried to do something different.
And I don't think Dan had great answers to the team anyway. Like we mentioned, Mega Venusaur, all he's got is Talonflame.
Mm-hmm. And then he has to throw non-stab moves onto things.
Yeah, which won't do over half. If you're doing a non-stab move unboosted, you're not gonna do over
the
half.
crit ancient power.
Huge.
There you go.
Jeez.
Well, yeah, that was a match.
It was a match. It lasted much longer than it needed to.
Yeah, about 35 turns longer than it needed to. Yeah.
Yeah, you can make the decision on how that goes.
I will make.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was rough for Dan, but hey, I think he's still got a team that isn't done yet because I think he's gonna get rid of Jolteon.
Yes.
To help him combat.
He seems quite ready to drop the Jolteon.
Yeah, just to help him combat grass types, because right now he doesn't really have much to hit the grass types, and he faced like the best grass type in the game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Mega Venusaur is the most formidable grass type. Yeah, just altogether with Thick Fat blocking two of its weaknesses.
I think Sachet knew that. Which is why he was like, the only way he's breaking this Venusaur is with a Talonflame or by passing some stat. So I'm gonna make sure I have some phaser on. And when you look at Dan's team, who's the most prominent passer? It's gonna be
Celebi. No one else really does any passing.
So I guess Roar on Heatran was pretty big. I think it's
especially because with Celebi being blocked so hard by Heatran, he gets that freedom to roar whenever he wants.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm going to give our winner, the builder of the Great Wall, a call, and we're going to talk with him for a little bit.
All right. Sounds good.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
All right. Let's get our boy Sachet in here. Ring-a-ding-ding. Our winner of the day. Let's see if he answers. But yeah, definitely the Great Wall stood very great and proud today. I don't think. Let's check these. Venusaur's low 50%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Yeah, most of his team still at full health at the end of this match after some recovering off. But, are you here with us?
Yeah.
Hello. Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't get your cursed stream
Yeah.
this time.
Dan was the one who got cursed this
matchup
time.
didn't get me.
He could not surpass the wall. He could not climb it. He could not break through it. He was stopped completely by it.
Yeah, I knew going into this matchup, outside of Swampert and maybe like a Specs Politoed, Heatran was able to do a lot of work. Barring coverage moves like Earth Power on Celebi or on Curem. And then I had good switches for that. But luckily, his physical attackers are not great against ice types, so Avila got to make an appearance.
Absolutely.
And the combination of Avalugg and Mega Venusaur does a ton of work against Zygarde and Swampert.
Because best they can do is neutral damage. Any super effective damage they can do is
super effective or very powerful neutral hits. So that gave me a lot of room to really play around it was an offensively focused Heatran with the move set, but the stats I was running on it was still very defensive. It was able to take a +2 Earth Power from Celebi.
Oh, there you go.
Just in case. Well, yeah, because I knew I was worried about the baton pass, as I always am.
Of course.
And Celebi gave me a lot of trouble in my preparation because I don't have a great bug type or anything to use great bug moves. And it's bulky enough where you almost need the 4 times effectiveness, like you saw my Lava Plumes at +1 special defense weren't doing very much
even
damage
when even when it had no boosts, we're doing
it was
almost
50
2-hit
KO without but playing around Celebi was the big important part for this, and timing my roars right, to not let anything get any footing with the baton pass that I expected could have been coming. And then the rest of my team, it was built around Heatran with Venusaur and Avalugg to mitigate damage from his big heavy hitters. And then it was Latios to force speed control on the Kyurem and the Zygarde, because if they aren't fast enough, then Latios can just come through and
just rip them up.
Porygon 2 was there. He was originally Bronzong when I was building, because Bronzong actually walls Celebi very hard, but then I wasn't too worried about an offensive Celebi and needed something to check on Jolteon or Koko if they came in, because Venusaur doesn't check Koko as well as it could with access to Brave Bird. And if he was running a banded set, I'm not taking 2 of those. So Porygon 2 was there just because he takes damage.
And he took damage well.
Set.
Pep-Butt took damage very well.
Yeah, he can come in on Kyurem, and he can scare Kyurem out with... I mean, his tri-attacks aren't not powerful. They're not going to be... Although he got 2 KOs this match.
He did. But he picked up 2 KOs.
They're not going to be picking up KOs on their own without help, but they do. They threaten status. He threatens... with Teleport, he threatens an excellent pivot, so I can get into one of my counters. Comfy is good, especially on a team that features powerful dragons and water types, because I have priority grass and fairy moves. So my team was built well around Dan's. I was a little surprised. I know it's hard to play with. I was a little surprised not to see Talonflame, just because I do have the Mega Venusaur.
We did brought that up right at the start of the match. We're like, well, there is no Talonflame, so it looks like he's just gonna have to go with non-stab coverage moves for Venusaur.
Yeah, and the problem with Talonflame is it's not very powerful on its own. Max Defense Venusaur, which I was running, really still doesn't take much damage from an unboosted Brave Bird. And Talonflame is 100% walled by Heatran. It can do nothing to Heatran.
I think you were talking, the only neutral damage it can do is what, like Thief?
Yeah, that's the only move it has to hit Heatran neutrally, or a hidden power off of 7.
Oh, there you go.
Something. And I was running Ancient Power Heatran just to catch that for fun, and that's what I decided to do the last kill.
And you did get a crit. Funny. It would have been even funnier if you also got the 10% full stat boost as well.
If I would have gotten that, this would have been the greatest battle of all time.
But it's not the greatest battle of all time. This is just a tribute.
Right.
Yeah.
I had plans in place for his counters to my powerful Pokemon like Heatran and Venusaur. Avalugg also really does not, even super effective Flare Blitzes at +2 do like 40% maximum to Avalugg.
Yeah, and then with the Rocky Helmet kicking back as well. You're
exactly.
You're doing that twice. Yeah, you're doing that twice, and he's not dying anyway.
Right. So I felt like I had a lot of tools at my disposal in this, as long as I controlled the pace of the game, which I did. And before you chalk this up to, Zashay's big wall team got another 80-turn battle.
No, the battle was over by turn 45.
Again, this was like my battle with Chris. I had it solved pretty quickly, and then it was
this battle was over by about turn 45.
Yeah, so again, I'm not playing stall.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I just want to clear the air with that.
No, we don't blame you. And then I think one of the other keys to success for you was a bit of a failure on Dan's part. Is he had the Perish Song, and he did get it onto Venusaur a few times, but the issue was he was not Whirlpool trapping. So Venusaur could just leave.
Trap is tricky. It's tricky to pull off anyway, because if he switches out, Venusaur is free to leave anyway. So it would constitute him stacking his Politoed, which if you have a Mega Swampert, you don't want to burn 3 turns of rain and kill your rain setter to get rid of Venusaur. Like, Venusaur is big and important for the team, but
if your key to victory is Mega Swampert, you don't want to throw away your rain setter.
Yeah, you don't want to throw away your rain setter. So I trusted that to not happen, and with my Avalugg there to offset the defensive burden of Venusaur, I was actually comfortable with trading Venusaur for Politoed.
Yeah, if you had to.
I felt like Politoed was more important for his team than Venusaur was to mine in this battle. Heatran really was my key to success, because I knew Celebi was his big ace in the hole against me.
Yeah, because he needed passing if he wasn't going to use Brave Bird, and even Brave Bird wasn't going to do the job necessarily. So yeah, he really did need to rely on passing, and it just didn't pay off.
It freed up a lot for me as well when I saw that it was special Coco, because that meant I didn't really have to fear the Brave Bird.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're thinking right at the beginning, since he led. Since he led with it, we were thinking, well, maybe it's gonna have a banded Brave Bird set, maybe it's gonna U-turn, maybe it's gonna Z flying. Yeah. But he switched out and just didn't do it.
Yeah, that gave me a free play with Venusaur as well. Yeah. But this officially means that all of my Pokemon have seen the floor now.
Yes, they have seen combat.
And they've all contributed to something.
Yeah, an Ice Table by Joey. He did those Ice Table things. He
did exactly what he was supposed to do.
The only off-brand Mon on your team.
Yes.
Even though you did forget to nickname Porygon this week.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah, it's just Porygon 2, not Pet Butt.
Oh, that's because I also forgot to name Latios. That's because the first team that I built, I had Komo-O and Bronzong instead of Latios and Porygon.
Gotcha.
And then I switched them, and I just copy-pasted it from the last one, and the first one had the nicknames already in.
Gotcha.
And the copy-paste, I didn't put the nicknames in. So,
all right, well,
it happens.
Good job. Big, huge 6-0. Brings you to 4-4, so an even record, but...
I think I have a fat differential right now.
Yeah, I think you were at like plus
or something.
Let's check.
I was like +5 at 3 and 4.
You were at +3, so you will go up to +9 at 4-4, which is very good.
When I win, I'm telling you, I lose close games and I win big ones.
Yeah.
So
congratulations, good victory.
Thank you.
Let me see, who do you play next week? Week 9 is what we're looking forward to.
Remember.
You face the Ampharos. So Raul. Okay. So he definitely has some psychic that he can definitely bring against Venusaur. But then he also has to deal with the rest of your team. It's not just Venusaur.
As shown in this battle.
Absolutely. All right, well,
Venusaur had a good game.
He did. Thank you for joining me. Congratulations on the victory. Yes. We will see how you do next week and the rest of the season.
Alrighty.
All right. See ya.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
All right. Well, that is going to be our bonus match for the week. It was not too much longer than it needed to be. Well, it was definitely much longer than it needed to be, as we can see in the replay. It went on much longer, but it was a pretty decisive victory from the off. So congratulations to the Zeds. Vanquished evil once more. The Toads do continue to slide down from their prominent place at the top of the leaderboard, but we will see if he can turn it around and if Dan can figure out what he wants to do with his team, because he seems to be struggling a bit, but he's not out yet. He's not done. We'll see what he does. He's the heel. He's got to make a turn. He's got to do something by the end of the season. So thank you to loyal fans for joining us. If you're not one of our 2 loyal fans, follow the channel. Follow us on Twitter. There's a thing down in the thing. I tweet like 5 minutes before we start the matches. So, if you're, just sitting at your computer with nothing to do and you're like, I could watch a Pokemon battle, you'll have like 10 minutes notice. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm going to play you out with our beautiful theme song. Maybe not. There it is.